And good morning. You're flying the very unfriendly skies with Tironan. And today we have the LA 160. And it is fully upgraded. Yes, I have tamed the beast and learned how to use the guns. And what we have is, if I was to compare it to another turn and burn, would be the FJ1, minus a lot of altitude, plus better guns. And you can tell that when I start this, that once again, the guns are killing me instead of me killing people with the guns, but I overcome that. And it's kind of like the 262. You get used to the arc of the guns pretty quickly, and this becomes an effective weapon system. What it does give you is it is more turny than a FJ1, and much more lethal. When the guns are on point, you're delivering 600 damage per second, and they're coming out as a pair. It's not as good as an M61. It will get the job done, and get it done very quickly. This is a very, in the 3 tiers, Jules 4 tiers, they come out in this tier as 528, 560, 584, and 596. And this will slide very comfortably in the second bracket, right at 559, give or take a little bit, and which I've helped with some aircraft polish because it needs to go as fast as it can go, so that you can get the beloved LA-15. Which is very similar to this aircraft, except it's faster. That's going to be a recurring theme with most of the Tier 9s. And the reason I can speak so authoritatively to that is I do have the Cutlass. I just have not recorded a session yet. I am saving that one. That is my first Tier 10. I want that to be a big occasion for you all. And that aircraft has a very troubled and ugly history, and I want to make sure that I cover that. And even better, there are pilots that just love the thing and bitterly resented it being replaced and being yanked out of the aircraft. And you notice how hard this thing is hitting. That is a 600-point aircraft, by the way. If it's outfitted right, it can be over 700 points. Yes, I have learned to dodge away and not get rammed by the rammer robots. Alright, but because it's so turny, you do not have to put up with people being on your tail. You can usually outturn them and kill them pretty quickly. And at 650 miles an hour plus 5%, it does so relatively rapidly. Most of my opponents here are Tier 8, so I don't want to oversell this as the second coming of the Starfire. This thing is vicious, and it's really vicious against Tier 8 aircraft. So we're seal clubbing today. I have it done to me. If you're asking me to show regret because I'm doing it to other people, no. I don't control the matchmaker, neither do the guys that are doing the seal clubbing when it's against me. Can't hold it against them. You deal the cards that are dealt you. Now I am going to try to get over here and get this last bomber out of the way. And there we go. Once you get used to the guns, you can get to love them pretty quickly. They will take down just about anything. Now that's an RB-17. 2 bursts and it's gone. Now if it just makes julienne fries, right? For those of you not in on the end joke, they used to have some Ronco POS kitchen appliances out there. It slices, it dices, it makes julienne fries. but it fits in this case. This is an all-rounder. It can deal out heavy damage to bombers. It can do heavy damage and annihilate fighters. The only thing it's not going to do very well is chase down boom and zoomers. And if you catch them in a weak moment where they can start turning with somebody and they got a real advantage and they get down low and slow, they're yours. Short of that, don't waste a whole lot of time on a boom and zoomer and doing a flat out sprint away from you. You are not going to catch them. But this thing does excel in the dogfight. And again, if somebody is dumb enough to go at you head on, in most cases, you can get away with it. There are some notable exceptions. You go against a starfighter, or a ME-262, or the Banshee, for that matter. Well, they do have lots and lots and lots of DPS, and they out DPS you and they outrange you, so you're going to start taking the damage early and often before they do. There's probably a couple others out there. And I was not going to make a video for this morning, but I went and was looking through my old videos and realized I had stored up some for just occasions like this. And all I had to do was add the voiceover to them. And I have a work ethic. So I really do want to produce a daily video every day. So we're going to put this one out. Sunday, it may get a lot more iffy. It just depends on how many pictures and how long my video on my poor little smartphone can last. That's what I have to record the Warbirds over Addison event with. And I suspect not long. So I'll give you as many snapshots as I can get. If I've got enough room left in the camera, I'll try to take a couple of short videos. Just not certain how well that's going to work. I have not invested in a video camera yet, but I can take it out and bring it back. But it occurs to me that it's an investment I'm going to have to make if I want to show events like Warbirds over Addison and various other things that goes out. I also have pictures from my visit to Fort Hood, which is in Texas, and they have not one but two museums there, and I may throw some of those in too if I come up short, so that you can get a full experience of some of the museums in Texas and the things that you can do here and see. Now these are on military bases. The Fort Hood and Fort Bliss up in Oklahoma are military bases. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you may have some difficulty getting in there. For U.S. citizens without, down checks on your security clearances or, active felony records or something, you're not going to have any problem. Okay, so you'll notice that I got into one dogfight too many and blew up. And so we're down to watching the IL-20 try to do the job. And we've got this pretty well in hand if we don't run out of planes. And I hate to admit it, but I am already missing my IL-20. Am I fickle or what? Just spent a lot of time with that aircraft, I guess. Am I going to afford it when I've got other things coming up? No. I still have a 329 video that I owe you all. I have yet to get a good victory out of that, so I'm still waiting for that. Not that I'm not doing my job, not that I'm not coming up number one, but I keep coming up number one on the losing side. I don't know what that says. All right. So you can read the numbers better than I can because I'm looking at a small screen on a voiceover. But basically, we killed 9 aircraft and assisted with another 4. Um, as a Tier 9, this thing sits comfortably in there with any turn and burn. It is capable of taking just about anything on, provided you can avoid the head-on rushes or tail rushes from boom and zooms. You'll do just fine in the aircraft. It's just another one of those aircraft where you have to fully upgrade it to really enjoy the aircraft at its tier, and it's very common in this tier. You're going to have to, buck it up and grin and bear it. But it is a more than capable plane. Yeah, if I had any complaint, it's that it doesn't have a third gun in there, so that when the inevitable turnover wants to go head on with you, they'll think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 times about doing it. But other than that, this is a great plane. You're going to enjoy it.